So what we're looking at is a Honda XR100, 2002 Honda XR100, and we're doing an inspection of the upper end today. So we've removed the head, we removed the top end over here, we've removed the valves, the camshaft holder. We've discovered that the camshaft holder journals look worn, and we're going to do some measurement on those later, but they do look worn. We've taken the head, on the head, we've on our camshaft journals, and those have been caused by service not being done in the past and material floating in the oil, and we have score marks, and those are non-replaceable journals. And on the camshaft, so this is the camshaft. This is the camshaft that has corresponding wear on the camshaft in the same place as the journal, and we're going to have to inspect that to see if it's past serviceability. So we're visually inspecting the cylinder wall, and visually it doesn't look like there's any scoring or marks or anything. So I expect when we bore gauge this that we're going to need oversized cylinder rings. So now what I'm doing is just measuring the bore. So we put the bore gauge in, tighten it up. We're going to take it out. We're going to measure it with a vernier, and we're going to take it's a 2.123 measurement. So I'm going to measure the diameter of the piston about 1/2 inch up opposite to the pin side on the piston. And we're going to take that measurement here, and our measurement right now is, let's show them, 2.125, and our service limit is, so this is our measurement of our diameter of our piston, and our service limit is 2.083, so our piston's still good right now. So the rings are worn, but what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the piston and measure this gap as you see there, and see what that's at. Our service limit is supposed to be 14,000 max, and we have right now 87,000. We're about 60,000 over. So we need to look at getting a next size up piston and rings. So on the ring set, there's actually three rings on there. You have 2 compression rings and then your oil ring, and your oil ring has 2 retainer rings that hold the oil ring in. And on ours, the oil ring is so worn that it just falls right through, so there's no measurement to even be taken. So what we're going to do is use a small engine valve spring compressor and compress the valve spring so we can take out the valve spring holders. It's compressed enough, the holders are right there, and they just fall out. So what we're doing here is we're checking the valves. I'm shining the light in the intake port, and I'm looking around the valve, and you might not show up on camera, but we can see a little bit of light coming through on the valve, so which means that we're going to have to lap our valves. So what we're doing is measuring our valve spring free length. In this one, this is the inner spring, and it's 1.08, and our service limit is 1.09, so we're within our limits. So now we're measuring the free length of the outer spring on the intake valve, and we're going to measure it across here, and it's 1.34, and the service limit is 1.33.